This video is sponsored by Squarespace, the place to go to if you want to set up your own slick-looking website or online store.
Hello there. We're out here on top of a hill, Newlands Corner. We've just finished shooting another video. Look at that, lovely conditions for a bit of photography, isn't it? We're getting weed on from the heavens and it's very windy. Look at my glasses. God, terrible. We've just finished a video and I just wanted to talk about this, which is one of the lenses that I'm really proud of that I've acquired. Nothing special, but this is one of the old classics. You know, back in the days, wide angle zooms, not that easy to be done. And Canon, before they had the EOS lenses, they had FD mount. They had some killer lenses. They had some amazing, groundbreaking designs. They had a 24 to 35, then they had the 20 to 35 f3.5, a spherical. I mean, that was quite a monumental lens because they managed to go to 20 when people were struggling to go wider than 28 for a wide angle zoom. Well, back then Canon were like Sony in that they would just happily rip up and start again. And that's what they did when they went from the FD mount to the EOS. And when they launched the EOS system in 1987, they came out with 4 very big statement lenses. So they had the 50mm f1.0, the 85 1.2L, then they had the 80 to 200 f2.8, and then they had this 2035. As I said, they had the 2035 3.5 and FD mount manual focus lens. This auto-focusing, but also f2.8 throughout the range. So this was a fantastic big statement lens at that time, and it's a brilliant bargain right now.
Can I get one of you like framing up with the camera? Wait for the cyclist to go past. There we go, that's nice. Very nice. Okay, thank you.
It's kind of odd though, because back then they had the ultrasonic motor, but they didn't put it in this. Possibly because it's quite a squat lens. I mean, when you consider that it's a wide angle zoom, f2.8, quite bright throughout the range. It's quite small, it's quite compact, it's quite lightweight, so maybe they didn't have enough space to put it in. So it uses the old kind of focusing motors, but it's quick enough. It's just that it sounds like that. It sounds like the 80s, and of course it was from the 80s. And then it took Nikon 6 years until they could come up with something like this. They had the 2035 f2.8. There's also AFD, and by that time Canon were already making their next big step in terms of ultra wide zooms. They had the 17 to 35 f2.8L, which had ultrasonic motors, but this is cheaper. I can't even be bothered to go far to take photos. Our cars are just literally over there. I'm just going to take photos here. This is an atrocious day. It is terrible weather. Let me take a picture of you there. Oh, and the metering system on this is
confused by the rain.
I know, I'm getting annoyed by this rain, I tell you. Let's find somewhere for lunch because I don't have any windscreen wipers for my glasses. I can't see shiz at the minute. Let's go find somewhere nice and warm, get some lunch.
And hopefully the weather improve after that.
Screw the weather, I'm not going out ever again today. Let's go. So we've come back out. I wouldn't say it's stopped raining, it's not stopped being windy, it's just less bad. But unfortunately, other things, it's not less bad, it's got bad. The camera has decided to die, or the shutters decided to die. Error 30, apparently that's a shutter problem. It's still working when we got our food delivered, but this was sopping wet. It was so soaked. Perhaps the rain got to it, perhaps it just decided that it didn't want to shoot on a day like this as well. There we are, the camera's not working. So I would love to take some test shots, but I can't take test shots. But we do have a C70. It is also good
for video.
It is.
You meant
That
not really.
I've got a Canon boner here. It works. It may have loud focusing, but it just works. Yeah, it does the trick. Hopefully, it won't kill the C70. This is more expensive than a 5D Mark II.
I mean, it doesn't have so much range on it. It's not the most useful of lenses, let's face it, with a 20 to 35. The rain has come again, just as I was saying. It's better. To some extent, it is. But in terms of focus, oh my god! I mean, look, there's only so much I can show you now. We were sat down in a nice warm pub for a bit of food. Locke had some sausage and mash. Oh, sausage and mash. And we're out here, exposed to elements again. But this is apparently Dan's favourite lens to shoot me. That's what he says.
I bet he had 20 favorite lenses.
But whenever he comes out to film some bits, he's always using the 20-35 on the Panasonic S1 or on a Sony. Obviously, he doesn't use autofocus, but why not? Because he seems to be doing an all right job. It works. It just works.
Keep calm and carry on.
Keep calm and oh shit, it's raining. Crazy bonkers mad, oh no. Oh, look at that, look at the view, look at the view. Oh, fantastic. It's amazing, isn't it? It's a fantastic day to be shooting this. But there we are. Let's have a look at how amazing that building is. The Discovery Centre. Discovered this, discovered the atrocious weather we are filming this in today. It doesn't have stabilisation, but it should work all right. It just works. It's a Canon. I could tell you that this lens is optically, it's as good as any modern equivalent from Canon, you know, the 1635, 2.8, 2.82, 1740 f4L, but you're not going to see much, you're just going to see a load of condensation on the front of my lens element. The front element is hand ground spherical element. This is quality stuff. I mean, autofocus motor is a bit rudimentary. Given the weather conditions, you're not really going to see it. I mean, maybe I can show some old footage.
First of all, it's worth mentioning that although 20 to 35 doesn't seem like much range, there's adequate enough a difference as it brings in a lot more background at its widest, and a 35 is just a wide standard. Also, sharpness is good at 20mm in the centre, softening at the edges wide open, although distortion is worse than modern 1635 and 1740mm lenses at the same focal length. At the longer end, past 28mm, you're getting low distortion and sharper images through the frame. The only thing is that sometimes the bokeh can look a bit iffy, but mostly it looks totally fine. And I got this for £229, which is silly cheap. That makes it incredible value. Just be careful when you buy cheap things though.
Locke's shaking now. Locke is shaking. So I think it might be time to just say goodbye. Thanks for watching this year and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, or if you don't believe in Christmas or whatever, have a good holidays and see you in 2023. That white balance is totally wrong, but doesn't matter, I don't care, let's go home. Okay, see ya, bye.
This video is sponsored by Squarespace. If you want to set up your own domain, online retail space or website, it's super simple to get started and make your next move with Squarespace. With an easy to use interface filled with loads of templates and backed up with 24/7 customer service. You can try it out with a 14-day free trial and get 10% off your first order with this link and discount code.